Today is Wednesday, April the 8th. I'm going to give you an update on what's going on out there. Hang on one second. It's like my third cup. I think I'm about done with that. Hey, I got a question for you. Leave a comment. Do you brush your teeth before or after your first cup of coffee? Yeah, I brush my teeth as soon as I get up, and I kind of rinse my mouth out as good as I can because that first couple of sips of coffee are a little toothpastey. Okay, anyways. So today we're going to talk about who's still going out selling. We need to talk about something you need to be aware of. These companies are scrambling to put together a telesales platform, and we'll talk about that. You got to be careful of who you get involved with. And also something really important, those grants. Last week I mentioned a $10,000 grant, and I'm going to bring it up again. There are a bunch of loans and grants out there that are available, and I'm going to talk in this video why you should be applying for all of them. It doesn't matter if you're just an independent licensed insurance agent or if you're incorporated or not. It really doesn't matter. You should be applying for all of these because some of them are actually going to be forgiven. And basically, we're going to get into that. We're going to talk about more. All of that coming up next. I'm Doug Massi, and a lot of agents are still going out in the field selling. I've got 4 appointments so far for tomorrow. Hopefully after we film this video, I'm going to get on the phone, and by the end of the day, maybe I'd like to have at least another 4 or 5. So I have a full day tomorrow. My wife's going out on Friday, so I'll let you know how the results are for both of us next week. Before we get into the video, I'm going to ask that you give us a thumbs up right now. That way YouTube will keep showing our videos to people that haven't been introduced to our channel yet. And also, if you haven't subscribed, if you're a final expense agent or getting into it, you definitely need to subscribe to the channel. We're putting out new content every single week. Oh, and that grant, I mentioned it last week. I'm going to mention it again this week. It's a $10,000 grant, which means it's either going to be completely forgiven or interest 0 to very little, and you should definitely apply for that. Stick around to the end of the video, and I'll give you a link, make it real easy, show you how that you can apply for that. As of today, Wednesday, most of our top producers, and I want to say the guys and girls that do most of the production, are still out there. Most of them are out there on a full-time basis. Some of them have scaled back and I noticed they're basically doing limited amount of appointments, ones, so they're not going out and busting their butt and working it every single day. Today we're going to go ahead and release our live transfers to the public, so you'll be able to get them for right around $25 each. These things are awesome. The telemarketer calls and says, "Hi, Mrs. Jones. We have a new affordable final expense plan that's designed to pay for your funeral. And we'd like to give you some more information on it. Do you smoke?" And they ask them a couple of questions. Their age, do they have insurance? And then they say, "Can you hold on one moment so we can get you some more information or a quote?" They make the transfer. The transfer is an introduction. So what happens is the telemarketer does the transfer, gets the agent on the phone. "Hey, agent, I've got Mrs. Jones on the phone. She's 73 in Texas and willing to speak with someone about final expense insurance." And then he clicks back over, "Hey, Mrs. Jones, I've got a licensed agent in your state on the phone right now, and I'm going to go ahead and transfer the call so he can talk to you about these affordable insurance plans." And that's how it's done. That's how the transfers are. So if you're interested in something like that, I would say shoot me an email. If you haven't been applying to business loans, you're already late to the party. Everybody is doing it. They're talking about it all over the news and the internet. We started applying, and to a bunch of them. And let me explain to you why. They're loans that can be grants. So what happens is this, and this is why you should be applying to all of them, especially the one, I'll show you at the end of the video how you can get the link to the main one. It doesn't matter if you're, and as long as you're working, it doesn't matter if you're an independent agent or if you're working for a company. You do not have to be incorporated or anything like that. But what happens is these things, the interest rate on them are so low, basically 0 to like 3%, that, well, here, I've got a mortgage. We've got $30,000 we owe on our mortgage. And it's not very much. We figure we'll have it paid off at the end of the year. But we've got the mortgage, 3.9% interest. So if I can get a loan for less than that I don't have to worry about paying back right away, I can take that money. And that's why we're applying to, I've got 2 companies. My wife has one. If we can get $30,000 and pay off the mortgage, boom, it's a done deal. That's why it's so beautiful. Now, here's the thing. With these loans, for them to be forgiven and you not have to pay them back, you've got to show that you're using it to replace your business. So it can be used for like paying your mortgage or paying your rent. If you don't have them, I'm assuming most of you don't have employees. If you have employees, it can be used for that too. This week, actually spoke with a lot of agents that are either just getting into telephone sales, or wanting to get into telephone sales, selling final expense over the phone. So our platform it's basically done. We're going to go ahead and introduce the whole thing, next week. So if you're on my email list, you'll probably get an email in reference to it. Warning. These companies, most typical face-to-face final expense agencies, now they're trying to figure out, we got to switch. So what they're doing is they're pulling these horrible presentations. And the agents that I'm speaking with are telling me, yeah, my manager gave me a presentation. It was 3 pages long. Dude, that's not going to work. Think about it. If you're in the house and your typical sale takes 30 to 40 minutes, you're building rapport, and that's what your typical sale takes. Imagine you're over on the phone, how much harder it is to build that type of rapport. So a 3-page presentation isn't going to work. When we were selling final expense out of our office, we had agents doing it out of a small call center. We had a 24-page presentation, and it was designed to build so much rapport that it was like you had a relationship with these people. 45 minutes to an hour into the presentation, it's like you guys knew each other. You were talking to each other like you're old friends. That's a good presentation. And we've cut it down to like 20 pages for the agents that are selling out of their homes. One young lady I spoke with just yesterday, I hope you're watching the video and I hope I tell them the story right. She said that she's a Lincoln Heritage agent and that they just started doing telesales. She got a bunch of leads. I think she actually made her first sale, which is good. Awesome. But she did it off her face-to-face presentation. And she said, well, they finally sent me a presentation. And I said, okay, great. How many pages is it? 3. Or maybe she said 2. It's 2 or 3 pages. Look, here's the thing. You're going to have, if you do close the sale, you're going to have more people that get buyer's remorse as soon as they get the policy than normal, just because you didn't build enough rapport. That's why it's so important. If you're going to sell final expense, make sure you do it with someone who's had success at it. Honestly, I hated our, when we did it out of the office, I couldn't stand it because it was a babysitting job. I learned then and there that was not for me. And we did it for 6 months. It was time to either expand to a bigger office. And I said, no, this is it. You guys want to do it from home? You can. Other than that, forget it. Guys, if you'd like more information on our final expense telesales platform, or if you just want to buy those live transfers, or if you want that grant, information on that grant, I'll send you the link. You got to shoot me an email at doug@ufesonline.com. Remember, when you put the needs of your clients first, everything else will usually fall right into place. So either get on the phone or do whatever it is you have to do to help someone and do something good for someone today. Happy hunting.